Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Miyasin and welcome to my Thunder Dragon deck profile. So, well, this is following the combo video that I uploaded yesterday, and tomorrow you will already know that there will be a test stand video. So, before we start, I would like to remind you to subscribe, like, and comment if you haven't already. That helps me out a lot and actually motivates me to keep uploading videos like these. And yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say, so let's just jump right into it. So, as you can see, I'm playing the three basic dangers. I'm not playing Bigfoot and Mothman anymore because I actually used to play them, but I kind of replaced them for just two plain extenders. Actually, it shouldn't really be Garbage Lord. That's just a, it's just like a meme placeholder. Like, you pay 2,000 like for a free special summon, which is pretty pathetic because there are a lot of cards that do the exact same thing without having to pay 2k. So don't play Garbage Lord. It's obviously just a joke. But yeah, no, it's just I didn't want to rely on the RNG factor of Bigfoot and Mothman because it's like you can get unlucky, and also Mothman, even though it does have an effect when it does get discarded, it helps the opponent more often than not. So I'm not really down for that. I'm playing one Aeon, of course, because it's searchable, but it's definitely a brick, and also it's not like Pure Thunder back in the days with like multiple Super Bolts where you actually just played a grind deck. This is more of like a combo deck, so Aeon is just not too great, honestly. Levianeer is also kind of very bricky. So yeah, no, usually the big cards, like the cards that are level like 5 or higher, in like decks like these are just like not the best to draw unless you actually draw like juice cards like Solar and Aloof. So yeah, 3 Roar, 3 Hawk, 3 Thunder, and 3 Dark, which is extremely obvious when you're trying to combo off. But it is, I mean, in like the old school Danger Thunder Crusadia deck, like these ratios were obviously not standard at all. Even Thunder Dragon was really bad, it's just that this time it's like Titan Turbo, so you kind of have to play 3 Thunder Dragons, because even though it's not an interruption during your opponent's turn, it does allow you to like pop multiple cards during your own turn, because you can like use the effect of Thunder Dragon like 4 times in one turn. So yeah, that's actually pretty cool, but apart from that, nah. Actually, technically you can use the effect of Thunder Dragon like 6 times, because you can use Thunder Dragon Fusion twice. Once because the actual spell is being used from your hand, and the other time with Anaconda, so you can actually shovel back Thunder Dragon multiple times. So you can pop so many cards with Titan. Obviously, having multiple Titans doesn't really make anything like easier because, you know, it's like it's a wet effect. So you have to chain one Titan to like a Thunder Dragon activation in the hand. Well, I mean any Thunder activation, but if you have multiple Titans, it doesn't allow you to pop more cards, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's not really like Super Bolt where you can actually end on 3 Super Bolts, and it looked cooler, and if your opponent had like a Widow Anchor for 1, at least you still had like the other Super Bolts, but for Titan, definitely does not work, so yeah. 3 Aloof and 3 Solar, because if you're not playing 3, well, in 3, it means that you're probably playing the Crusadia cards instead, and you can play the Crusadia cards. It's just that if I showcased a Danger Thunder Crusadia, I know that I would probably, oh my god, I know that I would probably be getting a lot of dislikes because people would be like, oh yeah, since you're playing like Crusadia cards, you can just do a better board. So basically, I'm not trying to showcase the best version of Danger Thunder possible. I'm just trying to showcase like the best thing that you can do by respecting like the Thunder, like the Thunder are like engine, kind of, in a way. It's hard to explain, but yeah, it's just it's more for like the casuals, I want to say. If you want to play a really competitive Thunder deck, first of all, don't even try, because the deck is clearly not good enough right now. You really have to wait until like several ban lists, until like the broken decks die, and then once like, I mean, once like you don't like you're not really far behind from the other decks, then maybe this deck might actually have a place, but for now, definitely not. So yeah, I mean, and also you need a lot of consistency, so you really need the 3 Aloof and 3 Solar, otherwise you just break like there's no tomorrow. And if you draw Solar and Aloof, well, I mean, at least Allure can kind of banish the Aloof, and also Aloof can actually banish Solar to banish Roar, and then kind of do some plays. And sometimes, you know, if you have Solar with Hawk and Aloof, well, you have full combo, and then Aloof is just like a discard, so it's not the end of the world in a way, so yeah. Then 3 Eggs, because it's once again Titan, 1 Levy, because it's searchable with Brotor, which allows you to card Dragon combo, which makes Trishula Fusion, which banishes a Thunder Dragon card from your deck. So basically just 4 monsters gets your Thunder engine going, because you guard Dragon combo when you have 4 monsters, and guard Dragon combo means Thunder combo, because you also have Trishula Fusion, and also if you can make 1 Trishula Fusion, then you can get enough monsters on the field to make a second Trishula Fusion. At this point, you just make VFD. So, and VFD is the best rank rank 9 in the game. Oh my god, yeah. Then yeah, Giant Rex and Skyblaster. Once again, Skyblaster is also like just a meme. You can play like whatever if you want. Giant Rex, unfortunately, you kind of need it because if you actually need to go into a combo that forces you to banish a Thunder Dragon like very early, then Trishula actually needs to banish something that is a special summon, and Giant Rex is like the only card that really does that when you already used up Roar. So yeah. And then of course the baby dragons, which are the other cards that Brotor can search. So sometimes when you already have the Levianeer, you can just go Brotor, search like, Collapse Serpent, you have no other choice. And then, you can search the Wyver Buster, which is like really good in this deck. Even like outside of the Guard Dragon combos, Wyver Buster is a really good card. I mean, even Collapse Serpent is like decent. It's not like the best, obviously, but it's pretty good, so yeah. Allure, obviously, Gold Sark, and blah blah blah, Thunder Dragon Fusion. Not 3 because it's very just breaky as heck. The fact that I'm playing Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon already gives you like a proof that it's not the best, but the thing is, Thunder Dragon plus Thunder Dragon Fusion is kind of like a special summon, so at least it kind of allows you to unbreak you and get you to that 4th monster so you can combo off. So pretty much this is just like as a worst case scenario, like to predict like and kind of play around the worst case scenario, but obviously Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon is not really the card that you want to go into when you're doing well. Obviously, it does nothing, it has no effect, and who cares if you can bring it back with Avion, it doesn't come up at all. 3 Titan, obviously way more than enough, you definitely don't need 3, I mean, you pretty much win the game at like 1, and even then, like, people just scoop to your end, they scoop to your end board if they're playing like a combo deck, but if they're playing like a trap deck, then obviously not, unless you have like multiple pops on end phase, and then on your turn you can apply enough pressure, but VFD is obviously not too great against trap decks, so yeah. Appaloosa, which I never summoned, but I mean, if you're doing well, you can make Appaloosa instead of the Draco Masters of the Tenyi, so your combo is actually safe from, what's his face? Nibiru. Ripperdokus, of course, you need to transform stuff into Dragon, Anaconda for Titan, because you send Fusion, which is cool, actually. It's like indirect support to the deck, but it actually helps a lot, honestly. LPPST, Link Cross, Link Tribo, just... Yeah, this is what, like, I'm not a really big fan of this deck, is because now, like, you had to change the deck so much that you have to, like, add a lot of random cards to the extra deck just to allow you to have, like, a high ceiling combo. But then it just doesn't really feel like Thunder anymore. Even though you're playing like so many Thunder cards in your deck, it's just like, it's just kind of trying to force it. But it's once again, without a Super Bolt, like, your deck doesn't really do much. Like, it's basically Titan plus a bit more. But yeah. Anyways, for the idea section, I already talked about the Thunder cards, but Vishuddha is actually a really good one. You don't necessarily need to play the Tenyi Monk, the Link one, because when you go for Draco Masters of the Tenyi, that was like the part after going Rhapsodocus, transform like a token into a dragon. So at this point you already have a non-effect monster, so you can use Tenyi's effect to like pop one monster in your opponent's field, and then you can use Vishuddha effect from Grave to actually bounce another card they control. So that's really cool, actually. I mean, both cards are Tenyis, but yeah, and also it's a Dark Extender, so it's really good with Allure of Darkness. I already explained this in my combo video. Once again, if you haven't watched it, go watch it now because it's really relevant, so yeah. Dimension Shifter is only really good when you have Batteryman Solar, or when you... Yeah, no, Dimension Shifter sucks. It's really bad. It's only good with Batteryman Solar. It just doesn't have synergy with Thunder Dragons. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. Like, you really need the foolish cards, because if you have Shifter and you don't have Solar, then you're playing a weak, like a significantly weaker deck. Like, understand, like, yeah, Shifter it doesn't necessarily help you all the time, and it does hinder your opponent more often than not, but main decking it just seems whack when you're trying to go first, because if you draw like combo with Shifter, then you have to like Shifter first, or I guess you keep it in the hand and like you discard it with Brotor, but you're not gonna have combo every single time. So I want to make sure I max out on consistency before I start like vomiting and like playing, like just throwing random like hand traps in the deck, because this deck is obviously not like good enough going second in the meta. When I showcase decks like these, don't expect every single one of them to be tier 1, by the way. It's more for fun for now, because the format is like tier 0.5. There's no reason to like build stuff that can actually counter them, so yeah. Nemesis Corridor, I mean, it doesn't really do anything because you don't have Super Bolt, obviously, so special summoning it is just like an extender, but it's a Thunder effect that actually activates in the hand, so it does allow you to pop with Titan, which is the one relevant thing, because it's not an inherent summon, so don't forget about that. Safer sucks. I tried it out. It wasn't good at all. Ash, DD Krova. Yeah, because I used to play like a really like heavy thunder, like pure thunder deck, and it bricked, I want to say 70% of the time. And this actually breaks like 20% of the time. So yeah, you know, please don't play like 25 hand traps and like a very small thunder engine, because most thunder cards aren't good on their own. Obviously they're high level monsters, you can't summon them. You need like good combination of cards, otherwise, well, I mean, you just have a bunch of useless cards in your hand. And that was true even when Super Bolt was a 3, but now it's like even worse, because even hands that used to be good now aren't necessarily good. So yeah, and you have to play like the dragon cards if you want your good hands to be really good. So yeah, Nemesis Flag actually allows you to search Corridor, and like it gets you to that second summon, so I want to say Flag is actually a pretty cool one. Yeah, it does allow you to like get back some banished resources, which is nice, but at the same time sometimes it's bad because you have to use it really early and actually get rid of the Thunder cards that you wanted to shuffle back for Thunder Dragon Fusion, so it can kind of clash in like a weird way. Obviously if Super Bolt was a thing, then I probably would be playing them. But if Super Bolt was a thing, every single deck would have access to it, so everyone and their mother would just be playing Nemesis Corridor, and Super Bolt wouldn't really have as much value, so yeah. Dragon Buster, Destruction Sword, I mean, when you're already making VFD, you really don't need this, so that's why I cut like Union Carrier. It's just not worth it anymore. Magician Souls, now you might be wondering, what the heck are you doing with Magician Souls? I don't see any Spellcaster. Well, Dimension Shifter is a level 6 Spellcaster, so you actually can send that one. Obviously, once again, it will clash, and you don't play a lot of spells or traps, so that Magician Souls is kind of just a free special summon. It's not that good, especially when a free special summon costs $100. It's not necessarily the most worth it, but whatever. Yeah, I already explained that. Link Spider and El Mirage, those are like old ideas, because I used to play like a rank 7 turbo deck, so basically, the strategy was to make either Thunder Dragon Fusion with Vishuda and Ascendant of Thunder, make Dracosack, summon 2 tokens, and then the 2 Dracosack tokens are level 3, so I make Cherubini, and then I send Carboneton and summon Galaxy Serpent, and then I Guard Dragon combo from there, and it was the exact same combo basically. But the reason why I stopped doing that was because I had to like I had to play like way too many cards in my extra deck, and it just denaturalized the entire like concept and strategy of this deck, and I wasn't particularly fond of that. But anyways, that's pretty much all I had to say for the Thunder Dragon deck profile. If you have any comments or feedback, let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say. Once again, subscribe if you don't want to miss any videos I upload. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.